Going back to Pittsburgh was definitely a full circle moment. Back in 2017 when I first met Cam, our conversation after our first live event, we talked about, the next live event being in Pittsburgh. And one thing a lot of people don't know about that particular event in Pittsburgh was that was my first live event outside of my own city, outside of Ohio. So I had never conducted a training class, a training session outside of my city. So that was a first for me. But again, watching her command the crowd and just the energy she brought, I knew, like I said before, I needed to learn how to do that. So having her as a friend and a mentor over the years has been such a valuable lesson on so many different levels, as far as being a professional, being an entrepreneur, connecting with people, and just being engaging. And going back to Pittsburgh as a student, getting these certifications and learning these different formats, I cannot put into words how much I just soaked up, all the information she was giving the class. And even though it was repetitive, the instruction, the delivery is something I needed to hear over and over. And so we had a conversation back in April of last year or so, and I'm like, Cam, long story short, I want to be a master trainer. How do I go about doing that? We made a plan, we executed, and now I'm going back to Pittsburgh. And to go back to Pittsburgh to co-teach with her was unbelievable, man. Just not being so much a student, but being the instructor to help people, to teach them how to properly teach a class. Unbelievable. It made this whole journey, as far as being a master trainer, becoming a master trainer, the weeks, the process of it all, just all come together in that moment. So to go back to Pittsburgh, anytime I go back to Pittsburgh, it's always a special moment. I'm reminded of just how far I've come in this journey, and the words of advice, the words of wisdom, the trial, the error, the mistakes, the glitches in your microphone, and how to put on a microphone, and how to hook up the microphone, and just cueing all those different components of being a trainer, what it takes, is now being put to use so I can show other people how to properly train. So Pittsburgh definitely holds a special place in my heart, and this was definitely a full circle moment. There was a special moment during the introduction of the workshop, where the instructors were, talking, and, the class participants were introducing themselves, and they came to me, and they came to Cam, and we said our pieces and whatnot. And Cam was telling her story, which I've heard multiple times, but to me, it never gets old. I love, hearing her story and how she grew up and how she got into fitness, and just those tidbits that you learn from somebody who you see as a public figure, but also as a mentor, as a friend, as somebody who's helping mold you. And so at one point during her story, she explained how, different seasons of her life brought different things, and how, her time as a master trainer, took a turn where she needed to pass that torch, and she made the gesture towards me to pretty much hand it off to me. And so at that moment, I felt like everything around me stopped. I felt like everything around me paused, and it was just you did it. You really made this goal happen. She's taken all the tools and all the advice and all the different tricks of the trade, and she's passing it to you to help somebody else. And all the things that she's done for you, and all the things that you learned from her and other master trainers, she's giving you the responsibility. She's giving you the keys to take over. And at that moment, I knew from then on, anytime I teach a class, anytime I conduct a live training, anytime I'm in front of the camera, anytime that I'm on, I have a responsibility. No matter how I feel, no matter what happens in life, no matter what the issues may bring, people need me to be inspiration. They need motivation. They need pushed in a way that will bring out the best out of them. And so again, when she said those words that I'm passing the torch to him, and looked at me, I mean, definitely was holding back tears. Definitely was a moment where I got lost. I got lost, and I just reflected back on every assignment that I had to do to accomplish this goal. Every time that, you know, I would leave work to go in my basement and film myself giving instruction and breaking down formats and breaking down protocols and all of the behind the scenes that people don't see. Like, it was a grind making this goal happen. You see the end result, but you don't know the hustle that goes behind it. Like, you want this life or this status or this title, you got to put in the work. You have to put in the work. And in that moment, I feel like I did it. I'm getting started on this journey, but it's just like I got the keys now. Like, she's given me so much, and I owe her so much for that. But that special moment was definitely something I'll never forget, and I'll treasure for the rest of my life. This whole journey and this whole process has taught me so much about life, about myself, and about just knowing that if you really have the ambition and the drive and the motivation to pursue something, if you just go at it head on and get out your comfort zone and take every task little by little, you can make whatever you want in life happen. You know, to me, I'm still that little boy in the basement at my mom's crib working out, trying to figure out, you know, different exercises and moves and you know, trying to look the part and self-educating and reading up on nutrition and the benefits of, you know, putting this exercise with this food and just the results and that you'll get from it. And so I just think back to, you know, my first time I took my personal training certification test. A lot of people don't know I failed. I failed that test, and you know, that was definitely a hard time for sure. But again, I didn't quit. I was definitely persistent in it, and I made sure that whatever I need to fix, I went back and fixed. And so the second time I went after it, I passed it. No aspirations of being a master trainer, no aspirations of training at all. Like, I didn't know that this was a part of my call. This was a part of my journey and my purpose, is to help people in the realm of fitness. To me, fitness was more so like an outlet, and it still is, where, you know, I channel certain emotions and feelings, and you know, and I incorporate that into my training. But at the same time, it's helped me in so many different ways that I want to share that gift with people. And so this whole journey has taught me, man, that if you have a goal, go after it. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let no one stop you. No matter what may come your way, no matter how exhausting or how tiring or how frustrating it may be, if you take the task little by little, week by week, day by day, a little bit every day towards your goal, and you feed into it a little bit every day, slowly but surely, you can accomplish it. I'm telling you, I'm a living witness. It happened for me. Was I scared? For sure. Were there times I wanted to quit? Absolutely. Was I tired? Yes. But I knew I saw the finish line and I was almost there. And now, like, having that status and having that title as a master trainer and being able to co-teach with one of my mentors, and we on the same playing field, and she's passing the torch to me saying, like, you got the keys now. You make it happen. Like, the script couldn't be written any better. And so now I got those keys. I have that knowledge, and I'm still wanting more. I still want to bring out the best in other people, and I still want the best to come out of me to help other people. And so this journey is something that's helped shape me and mold me, despite all the hardships, despite all the times where I just wanted to tap out and quit. I had people around me supporting me and pushing me to that next level. And so I already know the next level is going to be something crazy.
Open